everyone. Welcome to your daily reading. This is going to be for February 9th, Saturday, start of our amazing weekend. We're going to jump right into it. Forgive me, I'm like trying to get my butt to the gym before they close, you know. Necessary evil in my opinion, but whatevs. So, aspects today. So we have one normally troubling aspect, but we actually have a lot of help with it. That aspect is going to be a square, of course, our favorite, right? So Moon is making a square to Saturn. This square usually makes people, including ourselves, a little more rigid. You know, we're lacking some emotional flexibility. We're lacking optimism. Sometimes this energy just feels kind of heavy. Everything just feels hard. There's just resistance everywhere, like there's always walls we have to climb over and things. Not the most fun, especially when we talk about dealing with others, because again, there's a lot of inflexibility. So if you have an idea that's different from someone else, they may not be super open to that, and vice versa. So with that being said, knowing that's kind of our day, we actually have a lot of help. We have that aspect, I think kind of right in the afternoon. I think it's like, well, for us in Hawaii, I think it's a little after 4 o'clock, so it's like around 2 in the mainland, depending where you are. So in the afternoon-ish, where that kind of kicks off, and you may notice that happening a little before then. If you see me looking down, I'm just taking a peek at my notes. We have two other aspects. So one is not a lunar aspect. I know I'm breaking all kinds of rules right now. We have a sextile between Mercury, so Mercury sextile to Uranus, which is actually super helpful if you're wise about it. Essentially, this brings you a lot of new ideas. It's really like out-of-the-box thinking. Again, Uranus is our rebel planet, and it's affecting our mind, our thoughts, our logic. So we're going to be able to find some really creative and inventive ideas and possibly solutions, as long as we can be really clear and calm and focused about what we're saying, and not just give into these like emotional blocks that we're going to have because of this Saturn aspect. Later on after that, the Moon does make another, I want to say it's a trine? Yes. Trine to Jupiter, which is, to me, this is kind of going to squash that whole square. Again, Jupiter, our most benefic planet, and this trine really just makes everyone happy. It's also really good for home. Super, super helpful for home. So if you have a weird day because of the Saturn aspect, by the time you get home, you're going to be feeling real good. Home will be peaceful. You'll have a safe place to go to. Our rune today also kind of helps out. So this, I'm going to forget the name, of course. I want to say it's like Ansus, something like that, if I remember correctly. I could totally be making that up. Anyone who knows a lot about runes, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this is Ansus. I always want to call it Fehu, which is the other F that goes like upwards versus down. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's called Ansus. So this is the rune of It's the rune of Odin. But this particular rune makes perfect sense considering these aspects. So Ansus has to do a lot with words. Yesterday, our rune was really about being focused and saying what we mean and being really focused on intentions. It's a kind of similar thing here. Because this rune symbolizes Odin, it kind of puts you in the lead role, accepting authority, taking the lead position, kind of directing the conversation, directing the course of the day and actions that are being taken. And the key to that is really clear but firm communication. Doesn't mean you have to be hard and mean, and I would say because of that Saturn square we have earlier, we need to be aware of that and hold back if we're starting to get a little, you know. But clear, firm, direct communication, saying what you mean, meaning what you say, and really taking out the fluff, just being really direct. And bringing your awareness to your responses to things. If someone says something, whether it's good or bad, be aware of how you respond to it. Yes, you want to be clear and direct, and if it's something you want to readjust or redirect, be firm about it. Don't be like, all soft and fluffy, but I would say there's still a level of compassion and understanding that needs to be used, especially if this is a moment to redirect. But you need to be in the driver's seat. Take control of the situation, especially once this aspect with Uranus and Mercury kicks in. for sure you're going to be able to see differently and open up your perspective and think of some creative ideas. So if you find the solution, be honest and upfront with it. Don't be the shy violet today. Today, like, you're being asked to sit in the leader spot. I would say for even people who, if you're up for a promotion at work, or been thinking about it, or an opportunity is kind of on the table, if it's something you care about and want and have considered, today is the day to be vocal about it. Bring it up. Take some action, talk about it, talk to whoever, is kind of looking to fill the position, make that connection. Today is a great day to show you really in the driver's seat. So if that's something for you, I would also say for anyone who, and I wouldn't say these are necessarily new, not related to the square we have with Saturn, if there's some type of conflict going on, especially at home, like if there are some type of conflicts at home, this rune also talks about how the solution comes through dialogue, not something that was just some, random, unconsidered, emotional, like impulsive reaction to something. Really consider outcomes. Talk about a solution. Talk about compromise. The solution is going to come through communication. Again, this rune, all about clear, firm, direct communication. That's going to be the answer to everything today, all right? And again, you're in the lead role, so don't back down. Don't be fluffy. Like, I hear what you're saying, but this is why I feel we should be doing this. Like, be really clear and be really upfront, all right? With that said, let's pull some cards. Tilt you guys down a bit. Again, I'm heading to the gym, so forgive my, kind of Buddha look here. All right. Oh, flip them around today. All right. So, because of this real leadership role, I'm using the same oracle deck. It's a mix of the gods and titans and goddesses and sirens. I was almost going to separate it and just take the gods and titans deck, but I was like, our goddesses are leaders too. How dare I think they can't be in a leadership position? Okay, that's a little too big. I feel like let's get a few. So we'll take you. Maybe the one more. We ended up getting... Woo! Alright, you can hang out down there for a bit. Hey! This should look real familiar. We just got thought... Was it yesterday? It might have even been yesterday. We had them really recently. So, God of Wisdom. Again, clear, direct communication. He's not done with us yet. And we got, I hope I say this right. And we got all. Focus. Give me a strong pull towards our intentions. Okay. We'll quickly read thought because some of you may even still remember it. But again, God of Wisdom. Trust that you know. Discern and simplify all the opinions and informations being directed at you. Yep. You're going to clearly understand what's coming, what's meant, what's true, definitely what's true. That felt real heavy when I said it. So definitely you will be able to understand what's true and what's not, and what's fluff and what is actually of something of substance. And especially when you're communicating, you only want to be speaking the truth today, something you clearly stand behind, something that clearly has meaning and significance. That is what thought's message is today. Thankfully, all isn't too far behind. Let me hold it up for you guys. Boom. Clear-mindedness. All right. Good. Clear-mindedness and a focused intent are necessary for success right now. You need stamina for long-term projects. Yep. We've been talking about it this whole video. Clear mind. So a lot of focus on your intentions today. What is it you mean to say? Are you saying exactly what you mean? Huge thing. Focus on wisdom. All right. I'm excited. These cards are going to be really interesting, I bet. I even feel like the direction of these cards, like both of them are looking off to the left. Both of them have their like weapons pointed in the left. I mean, one's kind of different, one's going that way. But it's, there's this common push, right? There's this common focus there. All about it. All right. Stop talking and start pulling. here. So I'm going to turn these around so I can see them before I start reading them as reversals. And then Ace of Cups. Beautiful. I feel like this reading might go in a different direction. But even if I relate these two, even though the Four of Swords usually is rest, stepping back, you know, this is kind of an internal stillness, an internal quietness. This Ace of Cups is, you know, a lot of times it's true love, but this is also compassion. This is self-love. This is the place you want to be acting from. So even though we're talking about being firm and being direct, you know, you still need to be calm, centered, compassionate. We're not yelling at people. We're trying to lead them. Right? Okay. Nope. Interesting. So Seven of Swords. It was kind of like this, so I'm going to take it in reverse, which, again, we kind of talked about this as well. You're going to see the truth today. This Seven of Swords, which we had yesterday upright. So, and I think a couple of the signs this month in the February messages, I looked at the clock, it's 11:11 right now, or the time on the camera. This Seven of Swords in reverse, you're going to see through the deception, through the trickeries. If someone's trying to, you know, cause a little mischief, not today. You're going to see right through all of that from this place of stillness and control. All the shenanigans happening around you not going to fly today. You guys are coming out in chunks. Let's see what we got. Beautiful. So we have the World card, completion, fulfillment, ending of a cycle. What are we ending? Nine of Swords, anxiety. Again, so whenever I talk about the Nine of Swords, which I do call the Nightmare card, it doesn't necessarily, and for me, I don't always see it as you're in a really stressful situation. To me, this is a card of the mind. This anxiety and this stress, you know, for me, most times lives in the mind. This is something you're doing to yourself. You know, the calls coming from inside the house. You know, it's not always something being caused from the external. I think the reason this is coming up after the World card is because this is what today is really about. You're going to see very clearly. You're going to see forward. You're not going to be caught up in this emotional drama conflama. So even if someone has been pulling this on you, you're going to see it for what it is. You're not going to, you know, you're not going to be falling for it. And once you see it for really what it is, because that's what's happening, you're going to see it truly what it is. You're not going to fall for the you know, razzle-dazzle or the little flim-flam this person is trying to pull. You're going to see right through it. So there's no reason you're going to fully understand it. You think about a nightmare. You know, a lot of times once you wake up, you see differently. You realize that it was just an illusion. That's exactly what's going to happen today. The ending is coming because you're no longer going to be tricked by this freaky-deaky mask. You know, you're going to pull the mask off and see exactly who's underneath it. You also have the Four of Cups. I think this, I almost want to say this can be taken a couple ways. Because I'm getting two kind of clear ideas that kind of keep fighting for attention with this one. I think the most common solution is just kind of a, I don't want to necessarily say like a sadness or a regret, but it's kind of this like meh energy that you have to go through this. You know, like, why is this even a thing that I have to deal with? This is so pointless, this is so childish, this is so dumb. I don't have time for this. Why does anyone have time for this? It's just a waste of time and energy. I feel like that's kind of what this moment is really going to be for most of us. And again, the reminder, the lesson here with the Four of Cups, like, yes, you may have had to do some but what can you gain from this? Look how strong you are in a managerial position, that you were able to handle and navigate this situation and bring it to a conclusion, not lose your head, be in control, find a solution. You know, look what you've learned. Look how strong you are. And if you didn't think you were strong enough, look how much stronger you got by pushing through this situation. And you are going to find a solution. You are going to bring whatever this is to an end. You're no longer falling for it. You're wrapping it up, and what you're ending is this anxiety. If you're worried about having to deal with this type of situation, you're gonna wrap it up beautifully. The other way I kind of see, this Four of Cups playing out, this may be something that maybe has been going on for a while. This may be something that you've kind of been looking at and just kind of, I almost kind of want to say allowing. Like you kind of knew this was going on. Maybe you didn't know who or why or what it was about, but you like knew there was some kind of drama flama. Someone was coming for you, or someone was messing around, possibly at work in the office. Someone was doing something. And you kind of knew something was going on, and you just kind of were like, well, I don't know what to do about it, or I don't want to get involved. I don't want, you're kind of like meh about it, and just kind of allowed it to fester and kind of rot underneath the surface, which ultimately has gotten us to this point where it's now at a point where like, no, we're not doing this anymore. And that's probably where this anxiety, because as this festered and got more nasty, then you had more to worry about. Not anymore. Bottom of the deck right now, I feel like I'm gonna pull a few more, but bottom of the deck right now is the All Gifted, which is singular to this particular deck. Oh, this is Tarot Apokalypsis. I didn't talk about that. Or Apokalypsis Tarot, sorry. This card, it's modeled after Pandora. So you can kind of see this is Pandora with Pandora's box. So again, what happened when she opened the box? It was all the darkness and evils of the world, but in the bottom lay hope. So again, you may be facing what you think is the scariest, worst evil of all. There is still hope. And here, I think this is even more powerful. There is still love. Love is always going to be the highest vibration. It doesn't matter what you're facing. So as long as you can carry, and right now I'm really feeling this is self-love. This is knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing who you are, the type of person you want to be, or even the type of person you want to become, and knowing your truth and knowing your light. Your light will outshine the darkness. And even if you think of darkness as a shadow, you cannot cast a shadow without light. So there is always light in a situation. Always. Today is the day you find it if you've lost it. Right? Sorry about that if you heard that. I don't know if that was a truck or what going by. Let's see if there's anything else I want. Yeah, we got, look at that. Oh, sneaky deekies. I thought it was just one. Oh, and someone flipped over. Let's take you too. Beautiful place to wrap up. Love it. So I thought it was just the Two of Wands that came out. But again, we were talking about this with the rune. This is sending out your intentions, being clear with what you want. This could be a couple things. This could be what you want, as far as this resolution, how you want to resolve this. This could be, who you want to become and your character and what kind of role you want to play. I think that is beautiful. Then hiding underneath it, hello, Ace of Pentacles. So this definitely could be a work situation. And I talked about if you have been thinking about if there's a promotion on the table, this is a great day and time to go for it. And, finding a resolution to maybe something going on at the office definitely shows you're worthy for this offer, this new promotion, this new beginning. And then this is the card that was upside down, Princess of Wands. This is the, initial spark. This is that beginning flame. Again, this is another start. This, I think, is really speaking to your inner will, your inner drive. For my people watching in Hawaii, this is like the na'au, this is that gut feeling. This is the power inside that fuels you, like heavy, like solar plexus, activity. This is the fire that pushes you and motivates you and really helps you get the job done. This is what keeps you going. I think the strength you gain from going through this, it's kind of like a trial. Maybe this is Saturn square. This is like, hey, I'm going to put something difficult in front of you and make you either be crushed by it or rise to the challenge. You literally, if you don't think you have it, if you can just kind of commit and deal with it and just not back down. And again, talked about being in a leadership role. If you do not back down and take control of the situation, oh my God, you're going to ignite that flame like nobody's business. Oh my God. Like even as I talk about it, look, there's got a whole bunch of flames going on back there. Beautiful. Today is really a day of taking control. I would say if you're nervous at all about it, if you think, if this relates and this sounds like something that could totally be going on at your office, take a little breather. Again, we started off with the Four of Swords. So maybe this morning before you go in or before you walk into the office or wherever you work, or wherever this, situation may be happening, take a moment, maybe close your eyes, take a breath, remind yourself, I am in control. I am in control. You may not be able to control what someone says or does, but you can always control how you react, how you respond, and how you feel about the situation. You are in control. Ooh. All right, my lovelies. I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you as always for joining me. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, join our community. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Just helps the channel to grow and reach more people. And as always, I love hearing from you guys. So if you have a question or a comment about today's video, if you want to ask me anything, like literally anything at all, hit me up in the comment section below. You can also DM me on Instagram at The Guiding Chariot. And if you want to book a private session with me, all that info will be in the description box below. All right, my lovelies, take care, have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. And then side note, probably not until, I'm working through the weekend, so probably not until next week, but I'm going to start filming the love readings for February. It kind of works out that they kind of start coming out right in the middle. So expect those. We'll start with Aquarius, and then the rest will be coming out. All right, take care. Bye.